The workforce is not what it used to be, and one thing the pandemic has laid bare, lots of us like working from home. Some employees want more of it and are willing to ditch one job for another if they can't spend at least part of their work week at home. Trey Barnette is the regional vice president of Robert Half, a global consulting firm, and they know a little something about hiring. So Trey, describe for me what this hybrid workforce is that we're seeing now.
Yeah, so a hybrid workforce is when you actually work some of your days at home and then some days you work fully in the office. Some employers have been doing kind of a 3 days in the office, 2 days at home, but it's a variation of it. And at the end of the day, it's between the employer and employee to figure out that schedule.
So Trey, what did you find out when you asked workers whether they wanted to come back into the workforce or not?
Yeah, it was pretty staggering in regards to what we found out. And, I would say by percentages, 71% are saying that their managers are requiring them to get back in the office fully. 16% said some type of hybrid schedule where it's in office and remote, and 12% said actually it's completely on the employee to decide. And there's mixed feelings. I think at the end of the day, people want to be able to work in some type of flexible schedule because we know the pandemic turned the world upside down, and people had to go from not just taking care of themselves, but taking care of loved ones, kids, and parents. So everyone's situation has been different.
Trey, I was talking to my wife about this, and we both talked about our own work experiences. And when we began our careers, we were commuting against a clock, where if you showed up from work because you didn't have a cell phone, you had a pager, the boss wanted to know where the workers were at all times. After we got cell phones, it almost became like the office was a 24-hour-a-day job. Are you seeing now technology is factoring into whether or not people want to go back to work or whether or not they want to stay at home?
Absolutely. I think there's one thing that we learned during the pandemic is that people can do their job outside of the office, especially if you provide them with the necessary equipment and technology to do it. Everyone now at this point is doing some type of virtual meeting, whether it's on Zoom or platforms like Microsoft Teams, and you still can be effective that way. I think, again, it goes back to the employer understanding how their employees are going to be able to do their job and finding the different technology to communicate with them throughout the workday.
You and I are both in the Washington area, and there is another side to this equation, commutes. Are workers wanting to go back into the office or wanting to stay home because they don't want to fight a commute?
Absolutely. 22% of the people that we surveyed said that the commute was a big piece of that. Other hurdles in regards to that is dealing with maybe sharing a vehicle. We found that some people actually downsized during the pandemic, so they actually now have only one vehicle and have to share that with a spouse or a loved one.
Trey, when I graduated from college, which was back with Lincoln, so it was that long ago, the watchwords of all parents were, you got to get a job. Nowadays, you're hearing about people leaving the workforce to the tune of 4.4 million workers. Who are these people?
Yes, there was a great article that came out recently that talked about this, and they're calling it the Great Resignation. And it's something like staffing firms like Robert Half, we're taking heed to. We're actually doing some of the analytics and finding out why. And I can give you some of the top reasons. One, people want to have a better work-life balance. They feel like the pandemic was kind of that big epiphany for them to say, you know what, life has slowed down. I can actually have a better way of life and don't have to work as hard as I did before. So people are saying, you know what, I am going to go ahead and resign from my job. I think also the big piece of it too is people who are C-suite or maybe in executive management, they said, you know what, hey, it's time to cash in all my chips and then step away and maybe go into my next phase in life. And I think the third and most interesting one is people who just got started in their career and maybe they had a certain background or industry that they wanted to go in, and because of the pandemic or maybe because of their company's culture not changing properly, they say, you know what, this is not the right place for me to be. I need to go and find what my true calling is.
Trey, what won the battle between commuters, those who wanted to live in urban areas before the pandemic and said, I can take metro, I can take buses, I can take subways, and then those that in the middle of the pandemic said, I don't want to be on a bus, I don't want to be on metro, I don't want to be on subways, and now they live further out and don't want to use mass transit at all?
Yeah, so I would say right now we're kind of still in flux with that. I wouldn't say that it's leaning one way or another. I think that's very specific to the demographic area. A lot of the higher populated, dense areas that have metro systems or train systems like New York, they did have that kind of wrinkle in time. But now they're coming back and people are starting to use the mass transit systems. But, you also have some cities like a DC where it's starting to, come back a little more slower because Metro itself actually doesn't have as many trains running. So I would say with that, do your homework, look at those specific areas and see where, what's going on from a public transportation standpoint.
Trey Barnette, thank you. Happy holidays, buddy.